In the morning, the moment your feet touch the floor, have you ever felt your legs feel heavy, slightly shaky, or found yourself needing to pause for a few seconds before taking the first step? Your mind may already be fully awake, yet your legs do not seem ready to support your body. For many people aged 60 and over, this sensation happens almost every morning. Many assume this is an unavoidable part of aging, but that is not entirely true. The good news is that with just one very simple habit during the first 60 seconds after waking up, you can help your legs feel steadier and significantly reduce the risk of falls. If you have experienced this before, type 1 in the comments. After the age of 60, muscles no longer maintain their strength as well as they once did, especially after a long night of sleep. During 7 to 8 hours of sleep, the main weight-bearing muscle groups in the legs, such as the calves, thighs, and glutes, are almost completely inactive. In older adults, just a few hours without movement is enough for muscles to temporarily weaken. That is why, in the morning, when your feet first touch the floor, your legs may not be fully prepared to support your entire body weight. The feeling of heaviness, reduced strength, or unsteadiness during the first few seconds is very common. This is not a dangerous disease, and it does not mean your legs have permanently weakened. It simply means that after a long period of rest, your muscles need to be gently reactivated before you stand and walk. If they are not properly awakened, the sensation of weakness can appear immediately, raising the risk of imbalance and falls right at the start of the day. Beyond temporary muscle weakness after a long night's sleep, there is another important reason why legs feel unsteady in the morning for people over 60. Muscles respond more slowly than they did before. When you were younger, simply standing up would cause the muscles to contract immediately and generate enough force to maintain balance. With aging, muscles need more time to do the same job. In the morning, even though your mind is fully awake, your leg muscles may not yet be adapted to carrying your full body weight. This makes the first steps of the day slower and less stable, sometimes accompanied by a mild, trembling sensation. The calf muscles and thigh muscles are especially vulnerable to this delayed response. This does not mean your body is deteriorating rapidly. It means that after age 60, your muscles need a clear and gradual signal to begin working. If you stand up too quickly before the muscles are ready, the feeling of leg weakness can appear immediately, raising the risk of imbalance or falls at the very start of the day. Another key reason legs feel weak in the morning for people over 60 is that blood circulation to the legs has not fully adjusted right after waking up. During sleep, the body remains in a lying position, and blood is distributed relatively evenly. When you sit up or stand, blood needs time to travel downward and supply the leg muscles. In older adults, this adjustment happens more slowly. Blood vessels are less elastic, and the heart does not pump as forcefully as it once did. As a result, blood does not reach the leg muscles quickly enough during the first moments after standing. This leads to a temporary shortage of oxygen and energy in the muscles, creating sensations of heaviness, numbness, or weakness as soon as you get up. This is why many people feel that their legs lack strength even when they are just standing still and have not started walking yet. If you begin moving at this stage, the risk of wobbling or losing balance increases significantly, especially in the early morning, when the body is still transitioning from rest to activity. In addition to temporary muscle weakness and slow blood circulation, the morning is also a time when coordination between the brain and leg muscles is not fully synchronized in people over 60. Right after waking up, the brain may be alert, but the leg muscles still respond more slowly. As a result, signals sent from the brain are not carried out immediately the way they are later in the day. When this coordination is off, the legs may move more slowly, feel less precise, or seem unresponsive during the first few steps. Many older adults describe this sensation as their legs still feeling half awake, even though their mind is completely clear. This is exactly why standing up and walking immediately after waking often feels less stable and more uncertain. This temporary disconnect is not harmless. During these first moments of the day, delayed reactions increase the risk of missteps, wobbling, and falls, especially in adults aged 60 and over. If you have ever noticed that your legs do not feel fully steady when you first walk in the morning, type 1 in the comments to see how many others are experiencing the same warning sign. One final factor that contributes to morning leg weakness in adults over 60 is blood sugar fluctuation after a long night without food. When blood sugar levels drop, the body is more likely to feel fatigued, low on energy, and slower to respond. This directly affects muscle strength and stability in the legs during the first minutes of the day. In older adults, blood sugar regulation is no longer as efficient as it once was. As a result, mild dizziness, unsteadiness when standing, or a lack of confidence while walking can appear in the morning. This is exactly why morning time is the most sensitive and risky period for standing and moving around. Understanding why your legs feel weak in the morning is only part of the picture. What is more concerning is that many people over 60 unknowingly do things every day that make this problem progressively worse. These mistakes are extremely common, so common that almost everyone has made at least one of them. Left uncorrected, they can gradually increase instability, raise the risk of falls, and negatively impact long-term mobility and overall health. The first mistake is getting out of bed too suddenly the moment you wake up. After a long night, your leg muscles are still weak and blood circulation has not fully adjusted. Yet many people quickly sit up or stand right away. This forces the legs to carry the full body weight before they are ready, making dizziness, leg trembling, or loss of balance much more noticeable in the first few seconds. The second mistake is walking straight to the bathroom or moving too quickly after getting out of bed. In the morning, floors are often cold and slippery. When the leg muscles are still weak, even one rushed step can cause unsteadiness. A large number of falls in older adults happen at this exact moment, not because of a serious disease, but because the legs were not properly prepared before moving. The third mistake is believing that morning leg weakness is simply a normal part of aging. This is the most dangerous mistake of all. When you accept weakness, shaking, or poor balance as just getting old, you stop looking for ways to improve it. If you have ever thought, "I'm old, so this is normal," type 1 in the comments. Many people over 60 once thought the same, until they realized their legs could be steadier every morning with the right approach. The fourth mistake is focusing only on exercise in the afternoon while neglecting the morning. Many people maintain a habit of walking or doing light exercise later in the day and assume that is sufficient. In reality, the morning is when the legs are at their weakest and the risk of accidents is the highest. If the morning period is not properly prepared for, the risk of falls remains no matter how consistent your exercise routine may be later on. The final mistake is standing up and moving without eating or replenishing energy first. After a long night without food, the body is already low on energy. If you get up and start moving on a completely empty stomach, feelings of fatigue, lightheadedness, and leg weakness become more pronounced, especially in adults over 60. These mistakes may seem minor, but when repeated every day, they gradually make morning leg stability worse and worse. The good news is that all of them can be corrected. Small changes made in the very first minutes after waking up can significantly improve leg strength, balance, and safety throughout the morning. After understanding the causes and common mistakes, the next question many adults over 60 ask is, how can I tell how weak my legs are in the morning? The good news is that you do not need any equipment or a clinic visit. You only need one very simple test that can be done right at your bedside every morning. As soon as you wake up, sit upright on the edge of your bed with your back straight and both feet firmly on the floor. From this position, try to stand up one time only, without using your hands for support. Once you are fully standing, remain still for about 5 seconds and carefully notice how your legs feel. This test takes only a few seconds, but it reveals a great deal about your morning strength and stability. If, after standing, you feel mild shaking in your legs, need to grab the bed or wall, or feel unsteady during the first few seconds, this is a clear sign that your leg muscles and morning coordination are not functioning well yet. This is very common in people over 60, but often overlooked. If you have ever noticed this sensation in the morning, type 1 in the comments, so I know you are experiencing it too. Some people do not experience shaking, but instead feel that their legs are heavy and slow. Standing up takes more time, as if the body is not keeping up with the mind's intention. This indicates that blood flow and energy have not yet been delivered sufficiently to the leg muscles at that moment. This sensation often makes the first steps of the day feel sluggish and uncertain, reducing confidence while walking. This test is not meant to make you anxious or afraid. Its purpose is to help you recognize the true condition of your legs each morning. When you understand how weak or unstable your legs are at that time, it becomes clear why preparing your legs immediately after waking up is so important before you begin the activities of the day. After checking your condition and understanding how your legs feel in the morning, the next step is to prepare them before you stand and start walking. This is where the 60-second routine becomes essential. The goal of this routine is not intense exercise or fatigue. It is simply to wake up the leg muscles and help your body become ready to bear weight safely. With just 60 seconds right on your bed, you can improve blood circulation, speed up muscle response, and make your legs feel steadier before placing your full body weight on the floor. For adults aged 60 and over, this preparation is especially important in the morning, when the risk of imbalance is highest. While still sitting or lying on the bed, begin with ankle flexing and extending. This movement is very simple, yet extremely important for people over 60. Straighten both legs, then slowly pull your toes toward you and gently push them away. Perform this movement smoothly and rhythmically for about 20 seconds. There is no need to move fast, steady, and controlled is enough. As you flex and extend your ankles, the calf muscles begin working again after a long night of rest. Blood is pumped down to the legs more effectively, allowing the muscles to receive oxygen and energy. As a result, the heavy, numb feeling in the legs often decreases noticeably before you stand up. This movement also sends a clear signal to your body that movement is about to begin. Muscles and joints warm up gently, reducing stiffness and lowering the risk of losing balance when you take your first steps. Many people over 60 notice that after just a few seconds of ankle movement, their legs already feel lighter and more responsive. If you have ever tried this movement and felt your legs become lighter or easier to stand on, type 1 in the comments to share your experience. After waking up the calf muscles with ankle movements, the next step is to activate the glute muscles. This is a critically important muscle group that is often neglected in adults over 60. The glutes play a key role in balance and stability when you stand up and begin walking, especially during the first minutes of the morning. While still lying down or sitting on the bed, gently squeeze your glute muscles for a few seconds, then relax. Repeat this several times for about 20 seconds. This movement does not require force or strain. The focus should be on feeling the glute area activate and engage. Once these muscles are turned on, the lower body becomes more stable, reducing the sensation of wobbling when you stand up. Activating the glutes also helps connect the lower body with the upper body, creating a stronger and more stable base for the entire body. Many people over 60 notice that when their glute muscles are awakened first, standing up from bed feels smoother, safer, and far more controlled. This step is an essential preparation that helps you stay steady not only in the first few seconds after standing, but also feel more confident as you begin moving through your morning. After the calves and glute muscles have been gently activated, the final step of the 60-second routine is to help your body regain coordination during movement. While still sitting on the bed, keep your back straight and place both feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift one knee a few centimeters off the ground, then lower it back down and switch to the other side. Continue alternating for about 20 seconds, using a slow and steady rhythm. This movement helps the brain and leg muscles work together again after a long night of rest. Each time you lift a knee, your body must maintain light balance, which activates multiple muscle groups at the same time. This is especially important after age 60 because morning is when movement coordination is at its weakest. Alternating knee lifts also prepare your body for walking. When your legs become accustomed to lifting and placing down again, the first steps of the day feel more natural and stable. Many older adults notice that after just a few knee lifts, their body feels fully awake, making it easier to stand up without the sensation of wobbling or hesitation. This routine is gentle, places no excessive stress on the joints, and is well suited for adults aged 60 and over. When done consistently every morning, it helps prepare the leg muscles to bear weight more safely before standing and walking. It does not exhaust the body, but instead sends the right signals at the right time, reducing morning instability and lowering the risk of sudden imbalance. After completing the 60-second routine on the bed, your legs are already awake in a safer way. However, to maintain this sense of stability throughout the morning and even the entire day, a few small habits immediately afterward can make a significant difference. After a long night, the body is mildly dehydrated, which makes the blood thicker and slows circulation. Drinking warm water helps thin the blood slightly, improves flow to the legs, and reduces the heavy leg sensation when standing. If you already have a morning water habit and notice that your body feels lighter and your legs move more easily, type 1 in the comments. After finishing the routine, do not rush to stand up. Remain seated for a few seconds. Breathe calmly, then rise slowly. This short transition period allows the leg muscles to gradually adapt to your body weight, reducing the risk of dizziness and loss of balance, especially during the most vulnerable moments of the morning. When you first stand up, take short, slow steps instead of long strides. This allows your muscles and joints to continue warming up gradually, while helping your body stay more stable during the first minutes of the morning. Rushing with long steps too early increases the risk of imbalance, especially when the legs are still adjusting. Many older adults unconsciously hold their breath when standing up or starting to move. This can cause blood pressure to fluctuate and make you feel lightheaded. Instead, gently inhale through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. Steady breathing helps stabilize blood pressure, keeps the mind clear, and supports better leg control and coordination. These habits may seem simple, but when combined with the 60-second routine, they make mornings significantly safer and smoother for adults aged 60 and over. Small changes in the first moments after waking can greatly reduce the risk of weakness, unsteadiness, and falls, setting a safer tone for the entire day. In addition to movement habits, what you eat in the morning directly affects the strength of your legs. After a long night without food, the body needs a light energy supply so muscles can function properly. For adults over 60, you do not need a large meal. What matters is choosing the right foods. A serving of yogurt, one egg, or a small portion of oats can provide easily absorbed protein. These foods help muscles generate force more effectively, especially in the morning. In addition, a small banana supplies quick energy and helps reduce feelings of fatigue or lightheadedness when standing up. If possible, you can also include small fish such as sardines in breakfast or a light snack. Over time, they support smoother muscle and joint function, which is especially important as the body ages. If you have ever eaten a light breakfast and noticed that your legs felt steadier and less fatigued in the morning, type 1 in the comments to share your experience. Morning leg weakness after age 60 is not something you are forced to accept for the rest of your life. With just a few minutes of proper preparation, especially the 60-second routine immediately after waking, you can help your legs feel steadier and significantly reduce the risk of daily falls. The key is not intense exercise, but consistency and correct timing. If you are over 60, start tomorrow morning and pay close attention to how your body responds. Share your age and morning experience in the comments, and type 1 if you commit to taking better care of your legs starting today.